Kasserine Pass. In the early weeks of 1943, the Allies were preparing for an attack to divide the German forces in Tunisia. In order to forestall this attack, Rommel launched his own attack on the 19th against the Americans. While the Germans at first were successful, they were held up for 2 days in the pass. This allowed the Americans to withdraw and regroup. No, I don't want to play the Germans. I played with the Germans quite a lot. And I haven't played with the US Army. Americans have been a no-show in this force so far. Let's see if we can see American tanks or something like that. Ooh. Smoke from rockets. That's... ooh. Yeah, those things hurt. Those things hurt a lot. They're not accurate, but Jesus Christ, they hurt. So, 20 turn defense mission. We're spread around quite thinly. Okay. We have crappy anti-tank guns, some howitzers. What is M3 GMC? It's a truck with a 50 caliber machine gun. Okay. Rifle squads. Yeah. We ain't got shit. They've got everything except tigers. Shit. Shit. Okay, what does a US rifle squad have? Very good against infantry with the semi-automatic rifle. And the size of the squad is quite large. What is that? 12 guys? Yeah, well, we don't have a real chance. And what I'm doing is, though, I'm going to make sure the anti-tank guns don't fire. The caliber is very small. It'll probably be fairly accurate, but Jesus Christ, no. You cannot be the one to fire first. We'll need the infantry to act as decoy. Casualties. Still, we're doing strong. Trying to draw the tank fire a little bit. That won't happen unless we get kills. We are not getting shit. That's a terrible performance from a machine gun. You need to get rid of the infantry. It's not your only chance to kill something. We did damage, but is that gonna mount? Yeah, it doesn't have a main gun anymore. Still, that's pathetic. Yeah, we don't have a prayer with this crappy group. Do we have troops here? Doesn't matter, just let them. Oh crap, I didn't even check artillery for 2 turns, that's bad. Now we're too mixed in for any artillery to really. We probably have air superiority. Yeah, the German infantry is getting slaughtered. Literally slaughtered. Not just getting a few casualties here and there. A single attack from a Marine Corps unit slaughtered 50% of them. And the anti-tank gun is gone. This isn't a good mission in my opinion. Well, hence it's not good for fighting because the American side lacks anything anti-tank. The couple of anti-tank guns they have would have been great maybe a year or two ago. Now it's just not enough. Well, we don't exactly have much. Still, we did have something. Dropping battery bombardment here. We could give some smoke to. No, I don't particularly care. Let's just shoot at something. Whatever. Abandoned the tank. Okay, that's nice. Try to kill something. You'll be shooting for a couple of turns and this is your first kill. Sergeant Ortega. Yeah, try to get proper kills. The infantry is the only thing really vulnerable to us, so we might as well try to get our few kills there. It'll affect the morale just the same. Sergeant Jackson. You see something? I can see tanks. We'll let them come a little bit closer. We are not punching through forward armor with this crappy gun. We might as well let them go through even if we can survive that. This wasn't so good. Okay, at least we wounded it a little bit. Yeah, this is not good. We're spread out in all the wrong places. This won't last long. I think we'll lose this. I'm not sure how exciting this would have been on the German side either. You would have won, but the mission is still quite dull overall. Another anti-tank gun gone. I just don't get it. Well, this is yeah, I get they're supposed to be just delaying, but you still need something to counter the tanks. This is a very unbelievable situation where they would have nothing to use against tanks. Or crappy anti-tank guns, just no. You can cause a lot of damage to their infantry. They can still just shove the tanks through. Might be able to get them a few of them abandoned too, but that's a minor thing. There's no way we can get that abandoned. Yeah, just having so many tanks that they can just drive right next to us, and we have the infantry has nothing to use against tanks. Like nothing at all. It's a miracle if they can even immobilize one. Routed, so they'll never fight back. And if I move a muscle here, I'm gonna get slaughtered immediately. At the same time, if I don't, I'll get slaughtered anyway. For some reason I can't shoot. Armor piercing ammunition on the 50 caliber. Okay, this is new to me. Is this a thing? They're tanks. This isn't gonna do shit. It just prevents me from shooting at the infantry. Ah, this is worse than I thought. I didn't get that. Oh, yeah, everyone's rotted. You could shoot, but you're still shooting at the front armor, which means you're not gonna go down. Problem is, there's nothing to delay them in a position where we could shoot at them from the rear. So, no matter how I look at it, this placement is ass. I mean, this placement is makes sense. You have infantry blocking all points, so the enemy can't sort of get through your line somehow. But at the same time, I would imagine you have to recognize the fact that you don't have any effective anti-tank weaponry that can take out the enemy. So you'd have to at least acknowledge the fact as a commander that if we're just going to do our typical thing and run to fight them point blank, face to face, we're going to lose. That's the only possible outcome from this type of fight. So we have to try to build a situation where we can probably get to fire at the tanks either from the sides or the rear with our limited anti-tank capability. Then we have a chance to actually cause some damage. It might be a lot harder to arrange and be a lot riskier. But at the same time, it's not a guaranteed defeat. The other one is safe and more conventional, but it'll cause you to lose. That's pretty much certainty. So it doesn't make much sense to go with that, even though it's the familiar thing and it makes sense if you have the capability with those tanks to actually penetrate the armor. But if you don't, you have to come up with something else. I'm going to keep my infantry on hold. Basically, I'm hoping that the tanks might just drive through and we can retake these. At least we can maintain some kind of a contested status on some of the flags. This was our epic artillery bombardment. We could have shot more to do suppression fire, but with so many tanks, I sort of saw it as a waste of time. The end result would have been just the same, because suppression means a lot if we would have something to go after that suppression is done. But if we are going to have to spend all our shots to suppress one or two units, and the enemy has 2-3 times that amount, and we have nothing to back up our suppression units, it's a waste of time. We can delay things a bit, but it's a waste. We're probably going to spend a few turns cleaning up the flag areas. This guy probably should get the hell out of here. Tanks are gonna come right through here. It's a death sentence to stay. Congratulations on the terrible shooting. These are regulars. Nothing special. Not especially bad, not especially good. Believe that. I believe that. We have to admit that we have to fire on this. They're going to come with flags anyway. What can you fire? Pinned. Not dead yet. Excellent. Some of these retreating guys shoot up once or twice. That will help quite a bit. Can't hit a tank. Yeah, there's not gonna be much going on here. Do what you can. You can't do shit. Yeah, they reacted much faster than I could. So, we're not gonna be doing anything. Wasn't that exciting. Mission where I have the option to click and turn and turn and turn. Well, the game did offer me to play with the Germans, but at the same time, I don't see that act to be in a mission like this as a huge improvement. I guess winning this with a decisive victory is more or less the challenge here, because it will take some time to reach the final flags. And the enemy has enough spread around infantry, they can at least contest some of the flag gains. So either you have to spread your troops, or you have to just admit the fact that you're not going to be able to take everything. So I'm not sure if we're gonna lose this, but we're certainly not gonna be able to destroy the enemy. Infantry is our biggest concern. Since we can't do anything about the tanks really anyway, we might as well ignore them to the best of our ability and weaken the infantry groups. They have no chance of reaching the final flags, so they'll be the ones we'll have to face on these flags, maybe accompanied by a few tanks. Yeah, these vehicles can't do anything against infantry. Because if you have armor-piercing ammunition on a machine gun, you cannot possibly harm a human being. It's a game system, I get it, but with a machine gun I think that could be more flexible. Have some kind of modifier that it kills less or something, whatever. Something to indicate that you would prefer the high explosive versions, and it would use them on such targets automatically. But the inability to totally use weapon just doesn't go well with me. Because suppression fire is important too. You can't shoot a tank with a high explosive round after all. It can destroy it, although it's much less likely than an armor-piercing shot. So I don't see why people necessarily need to be different. I'm sure there's a reason for that, just don't know what it is. I can't think of a particularly good reason for that, but it might be more of a technical issue than a design issue. To prevent certain types of weaponry in general to be used against infantry, and this is more of an exceptional case. Machine guns should always have high explosive rounds. This might be a special mission to force you to do something, force you to not use them on the infantry or something like that. I don't know. It just seems a bit odd. You can't kill fleeing enemies, right? I need a few more kills in that group. Yeah, that'll do it. That squad is gone. And that's about all we can do anyway. What about the situation here? Firmly under enemy control. Hmm. Yeah, not much we can do. And we. I'm not sure how to use the last anti-tank gun. This has a reasonable chance of surviving without being spotted. So we could try to shoot them in the sides and in the rear. At the same time, our chance of trying to destroy them are pretty slim. So what we might just achieve is immobilizing a few tanks right on the flag. Not for something I particularly want, because I can't destroy them after that. It might be preferable to just let them go. Or at least, if I'm going to start shooting them when they're long past the flags. So that's gonna be the end of our second to last anti-tank gun. It's still in good position though. It got a couple of hits on that, so it has a machine gun left. You're in position 2. See if we can suppress these bastards a little bit. There's a lot of tanks that can shoot at the anti-tank gun immediately. So you can probably get a single shot off and then it's dead. I need more casualties on that one. One more, 2. Crap. Everyone's routed, is that it? Yes, exactly it. Oh. Okay, the anti-tank gun is pretty much the only thing we can move, so good luck with that. And we're dead. And can't shoot anymore. Can shoot our rifles, not the gun, so wasn't that exciting. I don't think there's gonna be much happening in the next few turns. We're gonna be wiped out from the flags, and that's about it. Might be able to reduce the number of their infantry a little bit, but that's it. I'm thinking of reducing the reaction range on the infantry too at this point. Otherwise, every one of them will just announce themselves by reacting to the hostile infantry. What the hell is that? There's sort of a follow-up coming from very high north and south. I don't know what they are. Why are they even there? This is basically Germans walking over Americans. Would have loved to see at least some decent equipment on their side. What are these? Ah, armored cars. Pinned. Ooh, pinned might be able to do something. Take out the tank? Maybe asking a bit too much, but might as well ask. Yeah, it's not doing anything. For some reason, it refuses to attack that. Now it attacks it. Ah, the mysteries of life. You've already shot, so it doesn't matter anymore. They've seen you. Okay, I'm trying to get kills. Engineering squad down. Rifle squad down. I'm happy with that. Rotate, rotate, rotate. Dug in. Retreating. Retreating can shoot. Rotate, rotate. In. That is interesting. Can you shoot? Armor-piercing machine guns. Not working on tank armor. That's an interesting choice of weaponry to keep the person though. Zero chance of taking down a tank, at the same time cannot shoot against infantry. So you're just screwed by using it. Well, if we're to stay here, we're dead. But it's not like we have a lot of other places to go to. I'm shooting at the flags. Might as well shoot at something. Not a particularly interesting scenario. You need to have something. Something for the player to try to work in their advantage. Although I've seen worse. Usually you have these few platoons of infantry, and here comes the Soviet armored wave. Those are always fun. But don't worry, we've got these handful of units that have one or two anti-tank ammunition. So even if every one of them succeeds and happens to take down a tank, you're still gonna lose. I think those are one of the missions where we usually go with the, oh, there's a bridge. Let's just burn that down and wait until the mission ends. In real life, I don't think the situations would be quite so hopeless because of the lack of information. I mean, you don't know that the enemy has a certain amount of units. You can have intelligence, but you don't know how many anti-tank ammunition do they have. So there's always threat and question mark, and a number of casualties might not have to climb up that high before the opponent sort of pulls back. Especially if they expect an easy victory and it starts to look like this is going to be a brutal fight. There might be repositioning and rethinking of things. Well, no one's in a position to really act on things. So they're acting in a very strange way. They're going to secure all of these before they're moving forward. Which isn't exactly a terrible thing to do, but at the same time, I'm not sure if they'd have time to win this anymore. They might. They're not exactly in any hurry, because we don't have any forces after this. And we lost the last gun. End. And we're screwed. Routed, routed. So no fighting here. Routed, routed. Yeah, everything's gone. The tank can mainly shoot once before it's gonna be destroyed, but what else can we do? And it's always a goddamn miss, isn't it? We weren't that great of an anti-tank gun to begin with, but at least we did damage. Yay! And we died. That's another couple of weapons lost. They still have the machine gun, which is all they really need. So, that about wraps things up. Yeah, next couple of turns will be very, very bad for us. We're gonna lose a huge amount of troops. They're firing smoke for some reason. Not sure why. We're routed, we can't do anything. So I'm sure they have their reasons. Our chance to kill a German squad. But we're not hitting at all. Is that it? Pretty much. Sergeant Quick. Okay, can we go to the dying part already? There's no point delaying it. Unit lost. Ooh, they're shooting at my artillery pieces. Delay, delay, delay. I think I'm gonna switch targets at this point. They're all converging here. And you're routed. Ooh, retreating. Private Jennings is in charge there. Everything's routed. Ooh, something's pinned only. That's like not being suppressed at all. Can we do something? We can kill one German rifle squad. It has one man left. That's about it. Please kill it. Thank you. Minor thing, but we'll take all the little victories we can get. And the victories are very, very, very little. Hard to call them the victories. Still, we could be doing worse. We have a decent number of functioning units here. So either two things will happen. We can stop them here by simply making counterattacks on the flags and detaining them. Then we'll keep the two victory flag areas to the western edge of the map. or they'll just continue moving on, leaving some troops behind. And I'm not sure if it's better or worse for us. I think it's worse. Again, because we have no way to take down tanks at all. So they have no fear of our infantry, and for good reason. I wouldn't have either. The rifle grenade is the best weapon, and it's if you get lucky, and I mean really lucky, you'll get to immobilize a tank. That's just not enough of a deterrent to stop them from coming right next to us and start shooting. Still, we're past the halfway point, well past. The tanks are just sort of going all over the place. They're just doing a cleanup job at this point. Pinned. Prophet retreating, yeah. It's extremely difficult with our troops to even hold position at this point. The only reason we might be able to pull sort of a draw out of this is because they insist on hunting down every infantry unit they see with tanks instead of pushing forward. Yeah, automatic suppression reduction. Killing our own men, but it was useless anyway, so maybe I can suppress the tanks or immobilize them. Yeah, they're infantry hunting. Might as well surrender, you're just delaying things. Looks like they'll be killed to the last man. Yeah. Armored cars. They do have the time to reach the victory flags. Without a doubt they have. I'll try to intercept them. They have weak enough of an armor, so the troop carriers could intercept them surely. At the same time, I do want to leave a couple of units here to at least try to retake the flag, so... crap. I'm not moving on my own. They have a gun, I have a machine gun. And it's a fairly accurate gun too. armoring is the same pretty much, so not gonna fare much better. Ooh, and 3 half tracks. These have the anti-infantry machine guns. Huh. Yeah, we'll move the intercepts. Might not amount to much, but it's still something. Actually, I'm thinking of saving the shots. It'll prevent them to at least from getting right next to us. Or there's a chance we might be able to do something against them if they do. So either way, it's better than just wasting your shots. Where you're not going to be able to suppress all of them anyway. Hmm. Routed, pinned. If we're lucky, some of them will get stuck in the river too, but that's that doesn't happen now. Yep. Immediately when we moved, everyone spotted us. So trying to go for the armored car is practically impossible. Crew destroyed. Position. They aren't moving anymore. Can't shoot because you have no armor piercing ammunition. Machine gun rules are odd at times. We have 2 units that have at least potential to cause some trouble here. That's pretty much most of our smoke ammunition. I'm trying to be at least a little bit protected. I'm not moving this one yet. At least I'm going to try to stop them. It'll take maybe 1, 2, 3, 4 turns for them to reach that. So if we can even delay them for a couple of turns here, we've done everything we set out to do anyway. Up or down? Oh, we're in no condition to fight here. Well, neither is their infantry. We are retreating, but they're routed. Okay, where's battery firing? Fair enough. Where do we want to fire? I don't think we want to fire on the flags anymore. Abandoned positions. It's no good. Well, we could fire a smoke on it. Don't do anything yet. I want to see what the hell is the German tank group going to do. Is it just going up to kill the few remaining units it knows is there? Sort of looks like that. That'll mean it doesn't really have much of a chance to try to get the remaining flags. It is moving forward with some tanks, so it does have the time. It's basically splitting up, half going for the flags, half, well, yeah, half cleaning up. So the situation is pretty bad. It managed to stop this group. Three men killed. 3 men killed. Holy bullshit, Batman. I understand they're firing, that was to be expected that they would get kills. That's a lot of kills. Ah crap, we're gonna lose these, but at the same time, I don't want to let those go. Yep. Fucking hell. We should have a reasonable chance to punch through their armor like that. That went nowhere. We were an underdog there, so it's not exactly a surprise, but I still expected something a little bit better. At the same time, what we're doing was always a desperation move in order to try to at least get something out of this, but they're not really moving from their positions. Yeah, this is gonna be a loss. Definitely a loss. It's more of a chance of seeing this through. I just don't see how this was ever going to work. Everything's routed. How you can shoot. Previously couldn't. At least, well, at least this and at least that. We haven't been achieving much either way. Don't shoot at that, but whatever, shoot at something. Hero hits, not even close. Our best attempt at trying to disrupt them at this point might be to just drive on the flags, but it wouldn't make much difference. At the same time, it's not like we have a lot of things we can try. They're driving fast or against our troops. Yeah. Oops. We were spotted. I'm surprised that there were so little tank fights in Africa, because that's exactly where tank fighting should be perfect. Very little in the way of terrain, obstacles, and other things. Wide, wide open dunes, and a lot of room. Basically perfect conditions to have a large tank engagement, or at least motorized vehicle engagements. Desert isn't exactly a place where you want to have a lot of infantry walking about in the middle of it. And this is pretty much a thorough wipeout. Better positioning of troops I still think would have yielded a lot better results. It could have also helped if we would just have basically reduced the reaction range from really a lot of units to nothing. And let the enemy just walk right past us. And they move past us, but it's too late, it's too late. Who's shooting at us? You. There's no way we'll survive there. I was thinking about driving to the flags, but there's no way we'll survive there. There's too many tanks all over the place. And it's very infrequent that we can actually move these troops. From time to time they sort of look like they might be able to move, and then they won't. So whatever. We're just going to basically fast forward things to the end. They're not gonna get all the flags, but they'll get most of them, and our forces will be totally destroyed. We get a assault out of that. An assault with no assault weaponry is not exactly likely to succeed. Where's the smoke here? Right. We might get an assault attempt or two out of this. They're moving fast to somewhere. Still haven't spotted this, haven't they? Okay. I'm going to let them move for another round. Yeah. I'm hoping they'll move further away. Yeah, minor suppression problems in the ranks. Okay, could you get on with things? Fail. Good tanks and infantry versus no tanks and infantry. What did you expect? Unit lost. They won't have time to reach here. Yeah, there's a river in between. It'll slow them down. They will have time to reach here very likely. And there's a good chance the mission won't end at that point anyway. Should have shot this guy much more. Forgot that our morale isn't very good at this moment, which means a minor resistance from enemy will ooh, will immediately lose us to the point where we can't move anymore. Okay. I'm going to try to go for a flag. We're very likely to get killed, but whatever. Don't exactly have a lot to lose at this point. Ooh, we're pinned. It's not totally hopeless yet. Oh, we're gonna lose, but I mean, it's a chance to regain some lost flags. It depends on if we're going to get extension on the mission duration or not. We've just repositioned ourselves so that we didn't take any flags yet. At the same time, with the morale being what it is, I thought it's better to just go and try to take something. There's no guarantee that we'll be able to move on the next turn. So no, they pinned us down. Now they're dashing for the final flags, and you're retreating. So crap. I lost all my ammunition suddenly. Okay. Well, whatever. It's not like there was a lot for us to do anyway. I should not be doing this. It's much better if they use their next turn to try to finish this up. You want to get their attention, but not possible. Yeah, it's pretty much decisive defeat. I really hope there are better missions from the scenarios for the Americans still up and coming. Especially would like to see their tank equipment. It should be fairly good. It sort of sucks in general because of the main guns suck, but they're fundamentally just solid tanks. So I'd like to give it a try against another side with tanks. Turn 21. Crew destroyed. And they're retaking the flags. Yep. They're about a turn away from total victory. And the mission just keeps going and going, so this is a total defeat. They only sent 3 tanks after us, so that's not too bad. Taste my rifle ammunition. And we're dead. And we surrender. Yeah. That's pretty much a wrap on this mission. Total defeat. Surprised me that rallying takes still so much time. We don't have that many troops alive. But our group can have multiple leaders, and I think the Germans are included in that. Ooh, yeah, now they're just wiping out the remnants. That's pretty much a wrap. We finally end this. I mean, why does this need an extension? I don't have any troops that I can command left, and they control everything, so the outcome isn't exactly in question. German 1177, US Army 50. Yep. Decisive defeat and heavy losses. The enemy laughs at your feeble attempts to take their positions. Your forces must flee from the battlefield. Better luck next time.